They carried packets of dust inside my body to build their homes.
Always a line of them, crawling up and down the insides of my thighs.
Their eggs embedded within the walls of my uterus.
My abdomen would expand with the birth of each new
Insect child. And when I walked, the spider's legs that they shed would fall from my body. If I listened closely, I could hear them chattering in clicks and whispers.
their stickly tongues thrashing back and forth.
Reminisced of burrows of old.
I caught glimpse of their spiny, charred backs, glistening with the wet of my sweat.
They stunk of honey, sick, and birthed perceptions of regret.
One day, a tiny insect child crawled out from underneath my heavy labia and spoke. "Why are you crying?" he asked. And I replied, "You
Have feasted on my flesh.
drunk the blood of my ovaries. My uterus is encrusted with your semen.
I've grown weary of your incessant prattle.
And my ears are filled with sorrow.
The foulness of you reminds me of my blossomed grief.
And the ground is the grief beneath my feet." I grabbed the tiny insect child
And
stomach.
A new moon is coming.
I wonder if I will feel it the way she did when she was full of the dance of stars within her. I imagine it as a fullness unmatched by the greatest breads and finest wines, life floating in the stardust of my belly.
It is time. Aluna, it is time.
Oh, let us rest a bit longer, Dina.
We can't rest. Not with so much at stake, Aluna.
Oh, but she dances inside. I'm in no mood to run.
You are full, Aluna. The brightest of us in the darkness.
Envy, tasting it does not sate the desire to rub your cheek against it, to hold the light oneself.
He follows the light, hungering to consume you with his own once more. We hide while we can, we run as we must. His hand shines too bright in our darkness, a burn from the inside out.
I am but a sliver of their hope, of times before knowing, times without carrying the fullness of the spirit, or the half-empty charge of losing one.
Please,
Memories, the currency of desperation paid in exchange for the fleeting familiar.
Oh, Lefty, come, Crescent Child.
Stardust to stardust.
no traces in our wake. No more mistakes. Yes, he will do. She will wait for me soon.
Oh, I shall have her. I shall hold her. We shall dance and sing and light the stars with her splendor.
To have and to hold. I am still grasping the reason of death.
This dark night shall keep us safe for now. I think she wants to dance more still.
Steps in time, strange enough to conjure the foulest flickers of memory. An evening of evanescence burned between my thighs. I feel you still, carved into my womb, dancing to half a tune, stuck to the back of my throat with a tack. Now we flee in circles, always arriving, always departing, never staying.
Full and crescent, shine, shine, shine.
Never me,
Oh, waxing way, mine, mine, mine.
never mine.
So soon.
Stardust to stardust.
Quickly.
Oh, sleep, sisters. Let me watch this once.
What about it?
Oh, I shall be fine. My body has tired, but my mind, oh, my mind, it cannot rest. There, sisters. Oh, sleep. Oh, I can feel the colors of your smile. Oh, how I brim with the hunger to teach you the wonder of finding your own light amidst this darkness. smile, you will never know his smile, but by the sky which is mine, as are you. His touch will not scald you, his heat will not consume your spark. Sweet suckled fullness, right at home, loved be the fruit of my womb.
Sweet suckled youth yet to come, blessed be a daughter on the run. Sweet suckled secrets here to roam, cursed be the burden of the sun.
You shall be our hope, you shall be our guide, you will heal the scars of our lives. Oh, sisters! Sisters!
He is coming!
Oh,
He is coming!
Dina, I need to stay. I can't.
She awoke in the dark void of a fresh journey.
She pushed her way past our scars to love us.
She burned her way beyond the flames of his touch.
A new moon has come.
And she bears her own light.
Sebastian? Sebastian? Where are you, my dearest plum? My darling?
Sebastian? Sebastian? Where are you, my dearest plum? My darling?
Sebastian? Sebastian? Where are you, my dearest plum? My darling? I have just woken from a feverish slumber, and I have found my Sebastian has vanished. Might you be amongst the lilies in our bristly garden? Might you be on a lonely sauntering through the wood, as you are wont to do when mending your humors?
Might you be amongst the lilies in our bristly garden? Might you be on a lonely sauntering through the wood, as you are wont to do when mending your humors?
Might you be amongst the leaves in our bristly garden? Might you be on a lonely sauntering through the wood, as you are wont to do when mending your humors? Why, that must be you, my sweet, my blighted fox.
I am the woman, woven of straw. I delicately sew my children together on pieces of cloth and wrapped them round my waist for one.
Have you returned enlivened from the mingling wood?
I am the woman cloaked in blood. My breath stickles of mockery and honeyed slow.
Your heart shall mend my plumy lung.
Fragmented meadows, silent still, scented of thistled wine. They tore at my gown and blooding my eye.
We'll rest by the river, supping on toast.
You are are my hideous beast, with shallow breast and clicking teeth.
Do not torment me, smothering brute!
Do not torment me, slutty brute.
Do not torment me!
What have you brought for me, Sebastian? Pinkish honeysuckle from the wood? A Turkish scented ribbon? Wrapped around my neck, it will make a lovely reminder of our...
What have you brought for me, Sebastian? A pinkish honeysuckle from the wood, a Turkish scented ribbon. Wrapped around my neck, it will make a lovely reminder of our...
What have you brought for me, Sebastian? Pinkish honeysuckle from the wood? A Turkish scented ribbon? Wrapped around my neck, it will make a lovely reminder of
I have brought grief!
love. My Sebastian? My darling plum? My dearest blighted fox? Who are those besieging you? Their tongues are twisted and bruised. I can taste them down the back of my throat. Where did you say you were meandering to?
I am scourged with tears, cloaked by sorrow. My desire for breath and flesh has expired. My love, oh my own, my woven dove, my fragile fawn, my Sophia. I can no longer look upon your pale and silken frame, that which filled me with mirth. The loss of you has tread upon my very soul. I am an orphan to myself, a piteous plunderer of self.
Sebastian, my plum, my dearest fox. Why can you not sense that I'm near? What monstrous blight is this?
Sallow breast and clicking teeth. Whisper you now in this place of eternity.
You cannot mean this! These claws will tear at the very date of you! Sebastian, you are bleakly stayed. I am bleakly frayed. These tears are not my own. Will you travel with me still, my fox, to the Milky Wood?
Sebastian, you are bleakly stayed. I am bleakly afraid. These tears are not my own. Will you travel with me still, my fox, to the Milky Wood?
Sebastian, you are bleakly stayed. I am bleakly frayed. These tears are not my own. Will you travel with me still, my fox, to the Milky Wood?
Sophia, will you travel with me still, my dove, to the Milky Wood?
The hand that cannot touch,
The lips that cannot taste.
the scent of you evades me. I am adrift in hollowness.
I am an orphan to myself, a piteous plunderer of self.
I am dust.
I tended to my garden, where the insects' mouths
Dropped from my hair,
scattered from underneath me,
broken to pieces,
plucked,
dropped, and disappeared into thin air.
They whisper me now in clicks and tingles, reminding me of who I am A letter to you. I dare not remember the day that I birthed her.
She herself birthed herself.
I dare not remember her metallic plum eyes peering up at the ceiling sky, larger than her baby-born self. Intently again.
Capaciously.
I dare not remember lovely miniature limbs outstretched toward the sun. Ribbon wrapped in soft woven cloth, scented of earth and root.
Gentility, tranquility, quiescence. She herself her own.
I dare not remember our fragile moments together as mother and child. Her soft, golden locks.
Goldilocks. The wolf has awoke. 71, 17, 89, 98, 84, 48, 44, 44, 44, 44.
I dare not remember a little girl's hands peering into the fog together.
Peering into the fog alone. 71, 17, 89, 98, 84, 48, 44, 44, 44, 44. Starvation! I hope you wake up one day with your stomach taut and twisted with hunger. 71, 17, 89, 98, 84, 48, 44, 44, 44, 44.
I dare not remember philosophical tears, the ancient color of a shaman's tongue-carved music stick, gentle.
Poison! You are poison to me! It's forever poison between us. What are you? Foul, soiled monster! Monstrous mother! 71, 17, 89, 98, 84, 48, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44.
I dare not remember her beautiful, now adult face, contorted like some distorted clay figure, maniacal deep-set eyes, her frail frame emaciated from sleep deprivation, self-inflicted famine, and terror.
You put me in a cage! You spat me out betwixt your legs like a twisted, soulless animal squatted in the woods! 71, 17, 89, 98, 84, 48, 44, 44, 44, 44!
I dare not remember the scent of her room, vanilla, fermented fruit, unwashed clothing, and the rot of a muddled mind.
They've come for me, Mom! They've come for me! Help me! Oh, you're no mother to me! You've never been a mother to me! Oh, don't let them take me this!
Dare not remember the morbid possibility of never seeing my baby again. Will my daughter simply vanish? Will I forget who she was or who she could have been? How can I cradle her memory of self for her?
Will I simply vanish without memory of who I was or who I could have been? Myself haunting myself? Mom! Don't let them take my hands! Don't let them take my hands! Will you cradle me for me?
The strange moments of disappearing myself, the halting of a breath, the waiting knowing my own death.
I loved you once, Mom.
I dare not remember, lest I journey through splintered glass in my raw fallowed feet. In your raw fallowed feet, I dare not remember, lest I tear from you what was torn from me. Lest I take these claws and rip with abandon your universe eyes. Lest I take these fangs and sink them into your universe bosom. Lest I take these thick thighs and heave them against your universe skull. Universal bile! You vile thing that thwarted me! Sullen thief! Sullen thief! But be warned, for I shall take you with me through the gloom where I must journey to find her again. I dare not remember, lest we journey through splintered glass in our raw, fallowed feet together.
Maria, Ricardo, ven a casa, por favor. Regresa a casa.
Bizone?
Bizone?
Where have they taken you? Where have they gone? I will wait here, right where I said I would.
My heart. What have you done with them? Maria?
The men, they wear face paint.
White vests. Supposed to be bulletproof. But I did not come with bullets. I did not come with guns.
My babies!
I came with my darlings. Their little fingers, they slip away.
They took my children.
They took my children. They took my children. They took my children.
So we come back here and we wait.
They raided our homes, ripped them from their beds, hunted us for sport, separated us in the name of the Lord,
Enslaved and defiled us.
cut their hair and beat the Indian out, hid in closets, kept in cages, under floorboards, called rapists and murderers,
Cattle.
in barns and churches and outhouses. We ran from those men. We were peaceful. We called out for help. And the men in black suits called us liars,
Objects.
savages, dirty.
And you tear open your flesh. You give it medicine. You clean it and you bind it back together.
My heart still bleeds.
There is a lash on my skin for every moment they have been away.
They pour salt inside and seal it with gunpowder. She is only 2!
Will they remember us?
They only knew me as Mother. They never knew my real name. They trusted me to keep them safe.
We were supposed to be safe.
We fled from bombs and guns, rapists and murderers.
Kidnappers and evil men.
They sold my children, beat us, set fire to our homes.
Said, you have no business here.
But America is beautiful and free. And we were here, the people of the pines, before you painted it white and Christian. You said, come to me.
You huddled masses of poor and sick and downtrodden.
Before you took our names, cut our hair, raped our people, killed our people, spread disease and God and greed, and chopped down our forests. We came to you scared. scared.
Robbed.
We didn't.
But at least we were together.
At least we were a family. You said, come to us and you will be safe.
Colonized.
Fed.
Together.
You lied. Maria? Ricardo?
Soraya. Naomi. Yana!
Gabriela! Antonio, where have they taken you? Mi corazón.
Yeah.
Eva. Madre.
I used to pray and sing for them. But now the music has turned sour in my belly, and only tears come out.
Will I ever see you again? I will wait here for you. Did they change your name too?
I am my slaver's name. Beat the Indian till they turn white. The woman, she is object. She stays in kitchens and under the bodies of men.
The Jew is vermin. Womp womp. I used to tell my children a story about a tree that sprouted in the desert. It grew and grew,
Soon it was tall and lush.
with rich fruit hanging from its branches.
And to all that wandered the desert, it gave shelter.
And water and food.
My children would ask me,
What desert? Where is this tree?
Have you seen this tree?
what kind of fruit does it bear?
Does it have a name? The men in black suits cut it down.
It was too generous.
Not for freeloaders and the homeless.
But I told my children to look for this tree.
Never stop looking, I said.
And I'll stand on this stump of cracked dreams and petrified hopes.
Stretch out my arms and grow leaves.
Offer my shade and my fruit.
We grow taller every day. The whole world will see us, and they will say,
There they are.
That is your mother.
Can't you hear her? Don't you hear her calling your name?
Together we will cry out till the earth breaks open.
And returns to us the pieces of our broken hearts.
If I close my eyes, my bones won't splinter when I hit the ground.
You don't need to come to my apartment and fix the lights. No, I don't need you to come into my apartment and fix the lights. They're just fine now, thank you. wish he would just fuck off. Who are you? How did you?
I knitted a sweater for you. I can still smell the smoke from the fireplace.
How did you get in here? What do you?
I knitted a sweater for you. I can still smell the smoke from the fireplace.
What the hell do you want? I'm calling security. I don't know who the hell you are, but you need to get the fuck out of my apartment now. Mr. Raintree, there was someone in my apartment just now. No, not a man, a woman. She's gone now. You know what? Forget I called. No, it's fine. I'm fine. I must have just imagined it. That's all. Good night. foresty greens and musky orange all sewn together like mismatched skin. Sometimes I would imagine flesh and bone under me, moving around like some diseased beast. Sometimes I could hear it. Great moans trying desperately to escape from itself. I could smell its breath, something fevered and foul, ready to choke the very life of me. And I would have welcomed it. Why did you abandon me, Mama? Do you even know what my life was like?
Life was like,
Do you even care?
you do remember me. The memory of you soaks in me. Your little plump hands. Little hands always grappling, twiggish pen and paper. You would get this glossy, faraway look in your eye like you were possessed by some ethereal being, weaving a world with pigment and brush. Memory of you, your unruly hair, your teeny girl laugh. I was left wandering, myself winding from self. I was lost without you. I was terrified that I would hurt you. My little bird. Sleeping beast, breathing through the children you eat. If I tear at my skin like this and run, if I twist my lips like this, my words will crack like a dormant speed. Why is this happening still? I thought I'd gotten rid of you! Sleeping beast, breathe through the children he eats. If I close my eyes, my bones won't splinter when I hit the ground.
No! Mama, what's up? What were you seeing? What were you hearing?
The sleeping beast, you wouldn't leave me be. It was always with me. In the beginning it was headaches, always. Then the whisperings came. Not from outside of me, but from within me. Myself, chattering inside myself. I wanted desperately to keep you near me. I wanted desperately for things to be as they had been once. Soft thought. But it became more and more difficult for me to focus. Each source of time would pass. I was torn from myself and you. I could barely see you through the fog of it. I was terrified I would hurt you, my most precious thing. And I could no longer suffer the noise.
Mama.
Sleeping beast, breathing through the children it eats. She'll suffer you no more. tarry too, little one?
I've injured my foot, good madam.
Have you lost your way?
I have not, good madam.
Have you forgotten your name?
I have not, good madam.
Have you broken your spine?
I have not.
You needn't worry so. I've slippery wire wrapped round your tongue. I've scented you. I've bled of you. I've tasted your wounding, and it's torn my skin. If you've the time, I'd like to procure what is mine.
I have nothing you could want.
I've bred you in cloth and born you in bone. Nectar like gore you've suckled. If you've the time, I'd like to procure what is mine.
I have nothing you could possibly want. The water is tepid. It's scented of moss.
And the feces of humankind.
I was gathering firestones for my basket, but the clay underfoot, it pulled at my feet. I tripped and here I lay.
And here you lay.
My gown is smudged. The handle of my basket is unraveling. My toes ache from the swelling, and my children are cold in the dark.
Cold in the dark.
I must tend to my children, good madam, for they are resting still in their beds.
I've settled into the whites of your eyes. I did not know it would blind me.
Surely the fire will mend. Oh, quilled beast! Waste me not, for my children will surely perish without me.
You scent of salt and anguish. Why do you abhor me so? Can you not taste the blood of self?
I know not of what you yearn for me, and I care not. I am not so blind that I cannot taste your wickedness. Waste me not, quilled thing that fouls the filth.
The filth you howl is of your own, and I shelter you from it. I carry the weight of that filth.
How this, good woman?
For these things I keep from you. Beware the entity petrified. Purveyor of young souls. He drips and sticks like tar on sand. His back is hunched. His thick black tongue protrudes from his mouth, dangling beyond the shaft of his manhood. He smells small children through layers and layers and layers of dimensions. Beware this creature walk, for he may be stalking you still. The seasoned entity pedophile. He wears a penile cloak fastened under his chin, for he has no neck. Quickly, let me pluck you from this place before it is too late.
Speak not of such horrors, thick beast of sick. I shall gather my children and flee your sight, quilled beast of the night.
You cannot escape me. Self that is mine.
Escape you I shall, thick beast of sick. I shall eat you myself if you do not give me way to my children.
Do not disobey me, self that is me. I have gathered our children, hoarded them in a place they can thrive. I have devoured them, and I shall devour you. I shall eat your eyes, so they may escape the scorching fires. I shall strip your skin, and the savage underneath shall flow through the ocean. I shall crack your bones, and the sound will schism through the day. burrow deeply into the recesses of the earth. Self, ravaging self.
Where do you tarry to, little one?
I have injured my foot, good madam.
Have you lost your way?
I have not, good madam.
Have you forgotten your name?
I have not, good madam.
Have you broken your spine?
I have not.
You needn't worry so. Have you slippery wire wrapped round your tongue? I've scented of you. I've bled of you. I've tasted your wounding, and it's torn at my skin. If you've the time, I'd like to procure what is mine.
I have nothing you can want.
I've bred you in cloth and birthed you in bone. Nectar like gore you've suckled. If you've the time, I'd like to procure what is mine.
I have nothing you could possibly want. The water. It's tepid. It's scented of moss.
And the feces of humankind.
I was gathering firestones for my basket, but the clay underfoot, it pulled at my feet. I tripped, and here I lay.
And here you lay.
My gown is smudged. The handle of my basket is unraveling. My toes, they ache from the swelling. And my children are cold in the dark.
Cold in the dark.
I must tend to my children, good madam, for they are resting still in their beds.
I've settled into the whites of your eyes. I did not know it would blind you.
Surely, the fire will mend. Quill beast, waste me not, for my children will surely perish without me.
You scent of salt and anguish. Why do you abhor me so? Can you not taste the blood of self?
I know not what you yearn from me, and I cannot. I am not so blind that I cannot taste your wickedness. Waste me not, quill thing that fouls the filth.
The filth you foul is of your own, and I shelter you from it. I carry the weight of that filth.
Oh, this good woman.
For these things I keep from you. Beware the entity parasite. Underneath your skin will she burrow, tasting and teasing your seasons. She weakens you with cries of despair. Malaise is her lair. Her most tragic of trickeries is turning self against self. What then shall you eat if you've eaten yourself? Let me pluck you from this place quickly, before it is too late.
Speak not of such horrors, thick beast of sick. I shall gather my children and flee your sight, quill beast of the night.
You cannot escape me, self that is mine. into your eyes so they may escape the scourging fire. I shall strip your skin so that the savage underneath can flow through the oceans. I shall crack your bones, and the sound will schism through the dank of it. But do not fear it, for I am you. Together and all we shall nestle into the soil, coiled. We shall burrow deep within the recesses of the earth. Self-ravaging self.
Have you ever peeled the skin off a grape? They're delicate, so you have to do it slowly, strip by strip, until you're left with something that is soft and squishy with no armor to protect it. That's how I feel right now. Like the flesh is slowly being stripped from my body till all that is left are exposed nerve endings that get twitchy at the slightest breeze. I can feel the blood rushing through my veins, moving at hyper speed, trying desperately to escape the tunneled walls that contain it so I can breathe. I don't cut anymore, but I'm still sympathetic to the agony that my blood is in, and I am tempted to help it find its way out of this body that is short-circuiting, trying desperately to ignite the flame that will burn it all away. I forgot how torturous growth can feel. I'm excited to be transforming, and I'm trying to look at the pain as a gift, but it is not that simple. Not when the elements are involved, not when the storm is still raging all around me. All I can do is wait and remind myself that I've suffered storms much bigger than this. This one only seems so big because I've healed enough for it not to be a daily occurrence, so my defenses are out of practice. But that's okay. The struggle is real, but so is my strength, and I've got this.
I've got this.
I was born of fire.
I was built to grow, to live, to die 1,000 times.
And I will rise from these ashes in radiance. Who needs skin when you can have feathers?
My footsteps sink into the mire.
Deep in the mists of memory, lonely wanderings my own stories spun.
Begun long before these paths have crossed.
Your eyes find the surface, summarized into your comfort level.
Marginalized by your colored language.
We spin dances around the idea of who you think I am.
Lost in the afterglow.
Of the preconceived mold you want me to fit into, while my past burns within me.
Fueling the person before you.
with the fire to look back. And find your footsteps next to mine, exchanging glances in vulnerable code,
Betraying truths in the simplest form.
Hollow advertising contrast reality, slow picking transparency.
solitude my keeper. I dive deeper in
Lost in the afterglow.
of the need for you to know me.
Услышь моление мое, и не отврати лица твоего от воздыхания сердца моего и от слез очей моих. You have buried me.
You have buried me. My heart is aflame. Will you not squelch the pyre?
You have buried me. My heart is aflame. Will you not squelch the pyre?
I can no longer lay with you. Then, after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death. I can no longer look upon your blossom eyes. My furrowed veins will be wrenched from my body, and I shall lay in this hovel, a twisted thing, seeping my very soul. My child, God shall forgive thee.
Why have you abandoned me? You have left me to rot.
Why have you consigned me to oblivion? You have left me to rot.
Папа? Папа, это ты?
Papa? Papa, are my sisters sweet singing down by the brook? Why have you abandoned me?
Papa, Papa, is that Grandmama's pear pudding I breathed? Why have you consigned me to oblivion?
Папа, как хочу снова слышать твои песни, папа. Ты споешь мне? Правда споешь? Я снова слышу скрип бабушкиного кресла. Я чувствую запах медового пирога, остывающего на террасе.
Доченька, где ты? Я слышу твой тонкий голосок и не вижу тебя. Я чувствую аромат твоих волос, но я не вижу тебя. Где же ты, мой ангел? Ты опять прячешься от папы, моя голубка. Доченька, пора спать.
You are unwest, my child. You have not eaten, my child.
Reverend Mother, why will I sit up on the stones and dangle my toes in the stream? My feet are cracked and swollen, and I shall very much like to go home. My fingers tingle from my hands like a yarn from a tattered gown. My hands that has rivers running through them.
What is this upon your hand? You reek of man.
My breath remembers his scent.
Who has laid with you here?
My breath remembers his scent.
Oh no, my foolish, foolish girl, I urge you, as aliens and sojourners, to keep away from the worldly desires which wage war against your soul. He is in your hair and skin. You have absorbed him in. Let us wash you. upon your eyelids, you may escape the blinding, my child. The hollowed eyes are unbefitting.
You look not well. You've been clawing at your own flesh. Are you your own beast?
My breath remembers his senses to me, but he had forbade my flesh. I'm bearing to myself with memories of him. I'm a fog of him.
The fog of him is thick and cumbersome. He is a mucky fool. You must fly your heart from his brindling. Tell your lips they will no longer fawn over him. He is not of the Fae, nor is he of the angels.
I long for my papa's song, the blackwood of my childhood. It calls to me now.
You mustn't think of such things, my sweet friend. They will only torment you further. Won't you nibble on some toast to gather your strength?
My body is not mine own. My heart is not mine own. My soul is not mine own. My body is not mine own. The tongues of tar incite my flesh.
My heart is not mine own. The thick of it has beguiled me.
Your soul is not your own.
Why have you forsaken me? You have abandoned me here in this isolated place.
Papa, why have you consigned me to oblivion? The deadened silence is hallowing my soul.
Папа, почему ты меня тут бросил? Почему ты меня оставил в этом темном замкнутом месте? Монахини не злы, но темная тишина опустошает меня. Я больше не могу терпеть запах хвойного мыла.
Доченька, прости. Я больше не мог заботиться о тебе. Ты исхудала, твои глаза запали от голода. Больше не вижу тебя, почти не слышу. Вся грудь в огне. Я ухожу глубже в себя.
Reverend Mother, I have quieted her bones. She was nothing but a rug that was sucking her spirits on.
Ah! Mother of God! Oh, merciful heavens! What have you done? Oh, no, my feverish child! What have I done in my slumber? You, praying swine! Sour like wine, whining like the glutton that you are. My little sisters, innocent, soft repose. The fragility hands bled sage soap as they scrubbed your wooden floors for you. Their feet bled blisters as they heaved stones of water for you. Rose-scented linens folded round their child-woman bodies as they dreamt of Christ's last breath. Until you became the how many girls have been overcome with madness? You, afflicted, rancid monstrosity! How many days have I buried for you?
Littlest one, your cries are silent now, but I can taste your shrieking. I have found your sorrow. She was sneaking, peeking through your window, her wings flapping against your tongue. I tried to catch her, but she slipped through my hands like milk. Sorrow is a winged fiend, and she will swoop at you under the cover, shrieking your secrets, or swallow you in tarnished pieces. You look not well. Have you been clawing at your own flesh? Are you your own beast? If you lick the water from your eyelids, you may escape the blinding. Hollowed eyes are unbefitting. Praying swine, sour like wine, whining like the glutton that you are.